The device that wants to replace your phone. Let me tell you a simple story. Right now, you are holding a smartphone. You touch the screen, you scroll, you tap, you look down all day. Phones feel normal to us. But here is the secret. Phones are not natural for humans. Humans talk, humans listen. Humans look at faces, not screens, and this is where our story really begins. A quiet question no one is asking. What if I told you something very strange? What if I told you that some of the smartest people in the world believe smartphones are a mistake? Not a small mistake, a big one. And what if I told you that one company is quietly trying to fix it? That company is OpenAI. Yes, the same OpenAI that made ChatGPT. But this time, they are not building an app. They are building something much bigger. OpenAI is not building another phone. Here is the first thing you must understand. OpenAI is not trying to make a better smartphone. They are trying to make a world without smartphones. No screen, no scrolling, no apps, just you. And an AI that listens. That sounds scary, right? Good, because big changes always feel scary at first. Why screens might be the problem? Think like a child for a moment. When you want to ask something, what do? You speak. You do not open an app. You do not unlock a phone. You do not type. You just talk. But today we force ourselves to live inside glass screens. Open phone, find app, tap button, type words. That is not human-friendly. That is machine-friendly. OpenAI wants to flip this. The big idea, a screenless AI companion. According to leaks and reports, OpenAI is working on a screenless AI device. That means no display, no scrolling, no endless notifications. You talk, it listens, it answers. Like a calm, smart helper sitting next to you, always there. Never distracting. Why? This is a big deal in the US and UK. In the US and UK, people are tired. Tired of doom scrolling, phone addiction, notifications, stealing attention. Kids glued to screens, mental health conversations are everywhere. Parents are worried. Doctors are worried. Even governments are worried. OpenAI knows this, and they see an opportunity. A device that understands you, not your taps. Phones understand touch. AI understands voice. That is the key difference. When you speak, AI can hear your tone, understand emotion, respond naturally. This is not science fiction anymore. You already see it with voice assistants, but they are dumb. OpenAI wants to make one that is actually smart. Why OpenAI is doing this now? Timing matters. Right now, AI models are powerful. Voice recognition is accurate. People trust AI more than before 10 years ago. This would fail. Today, it might work, and OpenAI knows something else. If they wait too long, someone else will do it first. Why Apple and Google are nervous here is something interesting. Apple and Google make money from screens, apps, ads, scrolling. A world without screens is bad for them. But OpenAI does not depend on app stores. They do not care about scrolling time. They care about interaction time. That is dangerous for big tech. This is not about a gadget. This is about control. Who controls how you ask questions? Who controls how you search? Who controls how you get information? Today it is screens. Tomorrow it could be voice-first AI. If OpenAI wins, the internet changes, not slowly. Very fast. A simple example, imagine waking up. You do not check your phone. You say, "Good morning. What should I focus on today?" The device answers calmly. No ads, no notifications. No distractions, just help. That sounds small, but it changes everything. The hidden risk, important. Now listen carefully. Every big idea has a dark side. If one AI becomes your main interface to the world, it can shape opinions, filter information, decide what you hear. This is why governments are watching closely. This is not just a gadget, this is power. Why OpenAI is being very quiet? Have you noticed something? OpenAI is not hyping this. No big ads. No flashy announcements. That is intentional. Because if they talk too early, competitors copy, expectations explode, pressure increases, silence means confidence. Now we will talk about something more important. And why it could either change the world. First, let's keep it very simple. This device is not magic. It does not spy on you like in movies. It does three simple things. It listens, it responds, how is this different from Siri or Alexa? Good question. Siri and Alexa work like robots. You say, "What is the weather?" They answer. But if you say, "I feel tired today," they get confused. They do not understand meaning. OpenAI's device is different. It understands context. That means it remembers what you said before it understands emotion. It knows what you are trying to do. This is the big upgrade. Think of it like a calm human assistant. Imagine a very calm helper. You say, "I have a meeting later." The device does not ask 10 questions. It might say, "Do you want me to remind you?" Or, "Do you want help preparing?" That feels natural. Phones don't do that. No apps, no screens, no icons. This part is hard for people to imagine. There are no apps to open, no icons to tap, no screen to stare at. Everything happens through conversation. You talk, it listens, it responds. That's it. Why? This is harder than it sounds. Now, let's be honest, this is not easy. Screens hide a lot of problems. When something breaks, you tap again. When an app freezes, you restart. With voice-only AI, mistakes feel bigger. If the AI misunderstands you, you notice immediately. That is risky. One big problem: trust. For this device to work, people must trust it. Trust it with They ask, "Is it recording me? Is it saving my voice? Who hears this data?" Humans are used to visual feedback. With voice AI, sometimes it thinks, sometimes it stays quiet. That silence can feel uncomfortable. People may think, "Did it hear me? Is it broken?" This sounds small, but it matters. Why people might reject it at first? Most big tech ideas fail at first. Why? Because humans hate change. People might say, "I like my phone. This feels strange." Talking to a device feels awkward, especially in public. Imagine talking to AI on a bus. Some people will feel embarrassed. OpenAI knows this, and that's important. Here is the smart part. OpenAI knows humans resist new behavior. That is why this device is expected to be very small, very quiet, very subtle, not flashy. Not loud, not obvious. More like a whisper than a shout. Why this could fail completely? Let's be real. There are three big failure risks. Risk 1. People miss screens. Humans like visuals, maps, photos, videos. Voice alone might feel limiting. Risk 2. AI makes a big mistake, one serious misunderstanding, one bad answer, trust breaks. Risk 3. Big tech pushes back. Apple and Google won't stay quiet. They have power. They can block access. They can compete aggressively. But if it works, everything changes. Now the other side. If this works, even a little, phones will feel old. Apps will feel slow. Screens will feel noisy. People will ask, "Why do I need to touch anything?" That question is dangerous. A small change with a big impact. This device does not need everyone. It only needs busy professionals, creators, parents, people tired of screens. Once those groups adopt it, others will follow. That's how tech spreads. People value convenience. People like personal assistants. People talk to tech already. This culture makes adoption easier. That's why OpenAI is starting here. Something most people miss: this device is not about hardware. Hardware can be copied. This is about behavior change. Teaching humans to talk instead of tap, ask instead of search, listen instead of scroll. That is the real experiment. This is not about a device anymore. This is about the future of humans. Imagine a world without phones. Close your eyes for a moment. No phones in pockets, no screens in hands, no heads looking down. People are talking again, listening again, living in the real world. Sounds peaceful, right? But every peaceful future has a hidden cost. If phones disappear, something replaces them. Technology never disappears. It only changes shape. If phones go away, something else takes their place. That something is AI, not on a screen. Not in your hand, but always near you, always listening. The new gatekeeper of information today. When you want to know something, you choose Google, YouTube websites. Tomorrow you might just ask, AI, tell me, and the AI decides what to say, what to skip, what tone to use. This is powerful. Very powerful. Why this is bigger than Facebook or Google. Social media shows you content. AI talks to you. That feels more personal, more trustworthy, more human. People believe voices more than text. That means opinions can shape human thinking quietly. The question governments are asking, governments in the US and UK are already thinking about this. They are asking, who controls the AI? Who trains it? Who decides the rules? Because if one company becomes the main voice people listen to, that company has influence over society. Is OpenAI good or dangerous? Here is the honest answer. OpenAI is not evil. OpenAI is not perfect. They are powerful. And power is neutral. It depends on how it is used. The problem is not OpenAI. The problem is dependency. When humans stop thinking for themselves. If people ask AI for what to think, what to believe, what to choose, then humans become passive. Lazy thinking is dangerous. History has shown this many times. But there is a positive side, very important. Now let's balance the story. This device could also reduce screen addiction, improve mental health, help elderly people, help disabled users, make technology kinder, not louder. Not addictive, kinder that matters. The real battle is not tech versus humans. The real battle is attention versus awareness. Phones steal attention. I could either steal it or protect it. That choice is still open. Why OpenAI's move is a gamble. OpenAI is taking a big risk. If this device fails, money is lost, trust is damaged, reputation suffers. But if it works, OpenAI becomes something bigger than a tech company. It becomes infrastructure, like electricity, like the internet. Invisible, but everywhere. The future will not be extreme. Here is something calming. The future will not be no phones at all. AI controls everything. Reality is always in the middle. Phones will still exist, screens will still exist, but AI voice devices will sit beside them, quietly, slowly. Humans will choose comfort at the end of the day. Humans choose what feels easy. If talking feels easier than tapping, talking will win, not overnight, but step by step. Why this matters to you, the viewer. This is not about OpenAI. This is about you. How you interact with technology, protect your attention, decide who you listen to. The future is not decided by companies alone. It is decided by habits. One final thought, very important. Technology always promises convenience, but convenience has a price. The smartest people are not those who reject technology. They are the ones who use it consciously. Final words. So let me ask you a simple question. If one day you could live without a screen, would you? Or would you miss it? Because the future OpenAI is building is not loud. It is quiet. And quiet changes are the most powerful ones.